So I figured I'd do a video on choosing a company to do slide work on your Glock. This is my Glock 19 Gen 4. The only thing that I have done to it is a 3.5 pound connector that I did in a previous video, as well as this Crimson Trace Red Railmaster laser. Only got into Glocks recently, but they're like adult Legos. You can do so much to them. There are so many companies out there that do slide milling. I've been doing a lot of research on them, so I figured I'd put together a video sharing my research. Only thing really is figuring out, who to do the slide work for you. For me, I'm just looking for something simple. I just want something that looks better than the stock Glock slide. Maybe just a window on each side, and also a window on the top, recesses or pockets on the side and on the top to lighten up the slide, and then just the company's overall this artistic touch to what they can do to a slide. Without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so here's my subjective ratings for the 4 companies that I'm going to be going over in this video. As far as the 4, I like Renatus Arms slide the most. I think it looks the best, so they get the highest spot. Next is Loki Tactical with their Cobra front end near the muzzle. I think that looks great, and their serrations windows look good. Next is Jagerwerks with their slide work, and then Primary Machines look the most simple to me. And then now talking about price, Primary Machine took the top spot because overall with their Cerakote coloring and their options that it comes with, the total comes out to $284.50 for just a basic slide with front and rear serrations, windows on the top and side, decent styling. And then next is Loki Tactical and Jagerwerks. They both tied for second because they came out at about $300. And then Renatus Arms is at $325. So they took the last spot. I mean, there's not too much of a price difference from the top spot of $284.50 all the way up to the bottom spot of $325. So it is pretty close in price as far as getting slide work done by each of the 4 companies. Now, thinking about wait time, Primary Machines website lists a 7 to 10 day lead time for their work to be done. And then next is Jagerwerks with 4 weeks, and then Loki Tactical. Their website doesn't list it, but if I recall from their Instagram account, it's I think 4 weeks as well. And then Renatus Arms, unfortunately on their website, it shows a sold out, so it doesn't look like they're taking any more work, which is unfortunate because I really like their slide work. Now, if you want to see how all the companies stacked up as far as looks, price, and wait time, I'll have one last chart at the end of the video to show who came out on top. So the first company we'll look at is Loki Tactical. I actually found them on Tactical Toolbox's YouTube video. I like their slide work. It's pretty aggressive. It's got the front muzzle serrations as well as the Cobra styled front end. It meets the requirements that I'm looking for as far as a slide. Their Uncle Gazpacho is a really good looking slide. The windows on the front, sides and top look great. It's got the recessed pockets on the slide as well. And overall it's really just a $300 slide. Renatus Arms is another company that I found when I started to look into slide work. They were actually the first company, and I really like the look of their slide. The angled windows, the serrations, I like their logo. It's tastefully done, and then the dots on the slide just look great. It really does show off, aftermarket barrels, and I really like their slide work. Fortunately, it doesn't look like they're taking any work right now. Their website used to show options that you could select for their slide work as far as color, cuts, optic cuts, so on and so forth. But it started at $325, and then right now it's sold out. From what I can remember, if you add a few options, the price does go up. Next, we'll take a look at Jagerwerks. I found their work on Instagram, and the slide job or slide package of theirs that would meet what I'm looking for is called the Breacher. It starts off at $250. Their website lets you select a lot of different options. You got the front side cuts as well as a top window that you can select the style of. There's the recessed pockets in the slide as well, and it also comes, with the front and rear serrations. So when you go through their website, the top front cuts are not an additional cost, but when you start selecting different options for the top rear cuts, the camper, optic cuts, so on and so forth, it does start to add up. So after you select your Cerakote color, which doesn't look like theirs are included in the package to start off with, the total for their slide work comes out to $300. So moving on to Primary Machines website, their UCC V3 slide work package is what I ought to be looking for as far as the requirements that I was seeking in a slide. It has the top and side windows as well as the recesses, and then the front and rear serrations. So it's the more simpler of all the designs, but it still meets the requirements I was looking for as far as the windows and serrations. So their UCC V3 package starts off at $280. They've got a lot of Cerakote colors that are included. The only time that you're paying, it looks like extra, is when you start doing battle worn or multicam, which involves a few different Cerakote colors. But again, their package starts off at $280, and then it has the options for armor or optics cuts, and you can even include sights, which none of the other websites or the other vendors included. But the only other thing you're going to pay for is the insurance for your slide to get it back to you, and then which for $300 it ended up coming out to like $450. So I mean, if you choose a really basic package, the slide work job only comes out to about $284.50. Now the only other thing that I found out of all three, or all four, we'll say three, since Renatus Arms is not taking any work right now, is Primary Machine just started doing a 50/50 payment for slide milling. And I just noticed that on their Instagram account today. So I think that's awesome of them. Although they seem to have the shortest lead time, so you're going to end up spending that money very quickly anyway. But if it was a few weeks out, you'd only have to pay about $140 or $150, when you purchase, and then pay that second half of $140, when you're before they ship your slide back to you. So I think that's a really awesome option, So my overall subjective ratings for the four companies that I looked at to do slide work came in really close. Primary Machine took the top spot with 9 out of 12 points, just for their value. Their looks weren't as great as the others, but not saying that they're bad either. Then Loki Tactical and Jagerwerks, they both tied for the second spot with 8 points out of 12. Really like their work as well. They've got good value, and the slides look great, especially Loki Tacticals. It's pretty aggressive. And then Renatus Arms, they took the bottom spot with only 6 points out of 12. They are my favorite as far as looks, but the pricing is a little bit higher. But again, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, from the top spot, it's about a $40–50 difference, which, if you're going to spend that much anyway, might as well go for what you can. But the only issue with them is that it doesn't look like they're taking extra work right now. So again, as far as all the four companies that I looked at, it really comes down to which look do you like the best and how long are you willing to wait. For me, I really like the look of Renatus Arms, but it doesn't look like they are going to be taking any work. I think I might contact them though when I'm ready to get my slide work done. And then Loki Tacticals also look really good as well. I do like Primary Machines' 50/50 payment option, but they do have the quickest lead time, so rather than splitting it across, say, a few paychecks, you might only be splitting it across one. So it really comes down to which looks do you like the best and how long you're willing to wait
the prices aren't that much of a difference when it comes down to it. So for me, I think for my Glock 19, I think I might go with Renatus Arms. For my Glock 43, I might try out Loki Tactical. Jagerwerks and Primary Machine both look great as well, but their looks are more on the simpler side, and for me, I'm just going to base it on look. So thanks for watching my YouTube video comparing these slide work companies. I hope you got something out of it. I really try to summarize the hours upon hours of research that I did on all four, and again, it really just comes down to what look do you like the best and how long you're willing to wait. I don't think price is as big a factor.